Yeah, get the one hand shake.
Work in one hand, working
The most historic race of short track racing is upon us. Snowball Derby.
So what are you doing here?
So, really, we did this job a couple weeks ago. We got a bunch of rain the last couple weeks, so we'll come in and set the tanks in this area here, and we'll just come in and put in new drain lines.
Okay.
But we always come back out and make sure that there's no ruts in the yard. It settles.
Okay, yeah.
We always come back and seed and straw it, you know, and make it look good.
So you just do the hippie shake here?
Yep. Kind of make, I mean, we fake it till we make it, really.
If you got hay fever, this is not good.
So if I love baling hay and stuff, but like this is terrible. This is like mounting a seat or mounting lead in a race car. Remember the job?
Not fun.
Not fun. This is what you give other people to do. That's about it.
I'm just glad I don't have to have work boots on or nothing.
Nah. If we usually have to have work boots on, the shit's getting deep.
No pun intended.
That's right.
Rob, you're standing right where the last one is.
Damn, I'm gonna have to pay you now or what?
No, hell no. I showed up to work. I want to see what it's like a day in the life of Bubba freaking Pollard. So you're running this machine?
Yeah, so we got the Harley rake. We'll kick the rocks and the stumps and the sticks out. And so yeah, we go to the next one here, you'll see.
You know how to drive?
I get in the air condition.
Is it AC in there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, well yeah, bullshit. Shit, it's like by an inch. I guess he's not a bad driver, Rob. Look at this. It's your garbage thing.
One-stop shop with us. We got septic, we got shitters, we got toilets.
Oh yeah.
So there's an existing tank already there.
Existing septic tank right here.
So what is this drain line? This house is probably built in the 80s or 90s. So usually a life out of a septic tank, it depends on the situation, like the roots and things like that, the soil. So everywhere is different. Some places you get 20 years, some places you get 30 years, some places you get 40 years. So it all depends. This system is 30 years old. It was time for the roots have gotten in the system. So it wouldn't drain, it was backing back up in the house. So what we'll do is come in, pump it out, pump the tank out, pump it down, we'll make sure there's no clogs, and then we'll put a whole new system in here.
Sweet.
So,
and now you're just regrading and...
So we'll regrade it and seed and straw it here and just make sure it's level. Right now we're just trying to level it up because we let it settle. We'll get some of these rocks and some of these sticks out here and make it look good, level it up, and then we'll put some seed and straw in it and be on about our way. Just like the racing. You gotta get them 100%, right? We don't do seed with a, you know, everybody's got spreaders, but back in the day, my daddy always did it with his hand, throwing it like that.
Wait, so you don't have spreaders, you just do it by hand?
Yeah, we just do it by hand. Overseed.
So Bubba Pollard's a spreader himself.
I don't know about that. I guess I learned from my old man. We ain't gonna give him much credit though.
Your family's business and everything, it seems like everywhere I've gone, this is only my second time ever to this town, and it seems like everything's Pollard.
Well, I guess when you got a bad habit, you gotta somehow, a bad hobby, right? You gotta make some money somehow. But I guess my parents are into a little bit of everything. My granddaddy did fertilizer, and then he cut timber. So my dad always did that. They farmed. So we've had cattle, beef cattle, like our whole life, and been around cows, I've been around farm, cut hay, stuff like that. My dad started driving a dump truck. So, because he's always been around equipment. So the dump truck stuff, hauling gravel and stuff like that, is where the trash come along.
Okay.
So then.
So that was the predecessor that led to, okay, we're just gonna use
so
trash.
in 97, so he drove a dump truck for like 10 years there. And then that's where the trash come along with roll-off containers, and it just kind of grew from there. And then they had the bright idea they wanted to buy a toilet business back in 08. So that's where the septic come along.
Okay.
So, because every time we go out and pump a septic tank, everybody asks us, hey, you put in drain lines? And they're like, and then that one thing led to another. Next time we're doing drain lines. So,
well, in a way, it's kind of good because you're self-reliant. You know, you're not having to call in other people. You're doing everything, soup to nuts.
There's a lot going on, but my sister and mom pretty much do it all now. Where my dad messes with the cows and stuff like that more now, the farming side of things. So, and I just do whatever my mother and sister want me to do, pretty much. So we don't really know what we're doing when we wake up each morning. I don't really have a job title. Spread?
Well,
I think you should know
this.
Yeah, I think you should learn.
I don't have the technique.
Yeah, you got. That's what you got to learn.
You
got to know the technique of how much you're spreading. No, yeah, open your hand.
Open my hand.
Yeah, there you go.
Too much?
Yeah.
Throwing knives. Usually the best way to throw something is to let go of it.
Yeah, like you're throwing. I wouldn't say a frisbee. They're gonna definitely grass is gonna grow right here.
We're gonna have a lot of grass right
It's gonna be overseeded.
I'm killing your seed budget, bro. Your seed budget's gone.
There
buddy.
you go. Now you gotta get the hip action in and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm bowling. Did you just want my hands to get green? Look at this. Look at this.
They
crap.
are. That's awesome.
Hi. I'm the Incredible Hulk. Let's get some allergies together.
Yeah. It's gonna kill us for a couple of days here. I don't have a technique on spreading straw. It's a technique that, what is it? I don't really give a shit. Technique. Really don't want to do it. Get rid of it as fast as you can.
Well, the guys were saying that you had a really good one-handed cell phone technique.
I'm about the best they come when I can work spreading the straw and talking on the cell phone at the same time. Have to talk racing.
See, I could do this better than I could do damn green shit. Y'all put it on pretty thick, huh?
Yeah, we know the straw guy.
Let me guess, it's you.
See, and this is really what keeps me shaping race car. Because I don't run air conditioning, I don't run blowers, like none of that stuff. Like if you get out and stay in air conditioning, it'll kill you, you know?
Oh yeah,
and
that's
then
why
when you
I
get
don't
out in
like
the
having
heat,
it on the
like
car.
that's in the race car, I don't use none of that. No air conditioning, no nothing. No blowers. Because I don't want to carry the weight really. Or have to buy expensive alternator.
Yeah, exactly. You get plumb 100-degree days out here with
Oh yeah.
2,000% humidity, right?
Yeah, it's rough. Man, I'm gonna have to hire you over there.
Am I doing a decent job?
Not bad.
Hey! Hey!
Hey,
Hey!
hey.
Hey! Oh, that's too clumpy.
My technique is as long as it gets done, it's good. All right, time to change shirts.
Oh, you get to change. That's a bunch of bull crap. Wait, so you get to change it? I don't?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I
I'll leave
guess
it
you can't
on
go
for
work
you.
on race cars looking all hayish.
You just itch.
All these helmet bag kids, you know what I mean? Like hero card kids, they got the sunglasses
There's a
on.
lot of them.
Got the you know, like nice hair and show up. And
Yeah, I wish I was like that. What gets me is they wear their earphones to
I don't like that.
what the headphones or whatever they call them.
You can't tell if you could talk to them or not because they got their headphones in.
Yeah.
I pick on my nephew for that.
Yeah. I don't get that.
Yeah.
That's the thing now.
But you're not a helmet bag kid.
No,
Never been.
Never been.
There's been people I've heard that say, "Oh no, he's got all the money in the world. He's not." No, you work. You damn work.
We had to. We didn't have no choice.
Yep.
Like growing up, my dad was tough on us, you know. And it's gotten better now. Like since I've gotten older, but like when we was younger, man, it was hell. Like it was hard on us. I didn't get given anything.
Yeah.
Whether it be at the racetrack or, it's different generation of the world, just in general. The way you're brought up, it goes in life as you respect your race cars, you respect people, and I think, unfortunately, that's what's wrong with racing, is people don't respect each other now, and because they didn't have to work for it. And you got a different outlook of things when you've had to work for it, and whatever it may be, you know what I mean? So it's tough. I don't know. Sometimes I get upset and get mad, and I get, look at these kids. They just get what they want, you know. Yeah. But I've been lucky and fortunate over the years. I've had good people with sponsors and helped me along the way. So I'm not sitting here saying I've had it bad, but because I've had it good. I mean, I've been able to go race when I wanted to, and I've been lucky and fortunate. But I'm not sitting at home playing video games either. Yeah. So
it's like when I hung out with Davenport with the Dirty Dollars thing, Rob and I, and it was like, you know, I told him, it's like when I was a kid watching TNN, you'd see Earnhardt baling hay and stuff like that. It was like, man, that's a
go hunting.
That's a working man. You know, that's kind of like there was an aspect of cool to that, and it's like we've lost that a little bit.
I think it's hurting fan aspect of things. You know, because I look at like NASCAR, I look at racing in general. Yeah. To me, like racing in general is like a good old boy sport. Like middle class people,
working class.
Good.
That's a good thing.
Working class people. That you know, they respect you for getting out there going to work, and you know, the fans are not there because they don't respect the young guys coming up so much, and I think that's where we've lost in racing, you know.
Well, I mean, you're like the poster child for just being this skinny, pretty boy guy, man. I mean, look, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
The thing about it is, I am who I am.
That's what I like about you.
I mean, if you don't like me, I don't really care. Yeah. Like, even like, that's the reason. Like, people talk about the NASCAR thing.
Yeah.
I could have went to Charlotte and done the deal.
Yeah. I mean, shit, you were close. You know, a few times.
But I am who I am. Like, I didn't want to change. Like, I was happy who I am, and not that you gotta be somebody different, but you gotta be, you know. You almost gotta be somebody different, in a way.
Are you talking like, what do you mean? Like collared shirt, like khakis, or are you talking about how
I think so.
As a person?
I think khakis.
Okay.
Cleaned up.
Yeah.
Clean shaved. Nobody wanted a guy named Bubba. I mean, now it's there, but
yeah.
You know, it's just, it didn't fit me and who I was, and I wouldn't change it for nobody. I wanted people to want me for who I was and what I looked like, and for everything, because I won races or something like that. Yeah. And they didn't want that. So I'm okay with it. I'm fine with
it. We're done here?
We're done here.
Okay.
And I guess I got some stuff I could help him at the racetrack, or we go to the race shop for a little while.
Okay.
Usually, so the guys that help us at the trash business, they'll, and it may be 3 or 4 or 5 different people, but like if they get off in the afternoons and they want more hours, we let them come over and cut grass, and, like help out around here just to get stuff done, you know, because it's a lot.
All right, so we're done with the hay, had some lunch. Now we're at Senoia? Senoia. Damn it. I suck.
You ain't the only one that sucks.
But your family, man, you guys have really, really done a good job with this. So is this kind of like your playground a little bit?
I don't know, because it's so much work, man.
Yeah.
But we want it to be nice, you know?
Yeah. So what are we going to do here today? What do we got to do work-wise?
Man, the biggest thing is grading the track.
Hey, she's live.
Oh, yeah. Crank, fire right up. The older machines are the better machines. None of the new stuff works any good.
I know.
Yeah. Pressure's on me not to mess up now. This is the biggest thing, is just getting the dirt. Because like when it rains and stuff, all the dirt goes to the bottom. So after each couple of weeks, kind of bring it back to the top. Then once it comes to the top, we'll probably roll it in and kind of feather it back down the hill. Everybody does something different. Like most of the time I get on the tractor and I think about shit I gotta do or get done. And like, that's where it gets hard to juggle, is like you're working, but you're trying to, at the same time, hey, how do I make my race car go fast? So I get on the tractor a lot of times and ride and think about different stuff, different setups and things I gotta do that the week of and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty relaxing, kind of, even like riding down the roads and some of the races and stuff, kind of driving the hauler, kind of just think about shit you gotta do or shit you didn't do. Yeah, I mean the racetrack, my granddad built the place in '69 with the help of another David Bishop, and when he passed away they sold it, and that's how I got started asphalt racing. Was the guy who bought it owned the dirt track already only an hour away, so there wasn't no use to having two dirt tracks, so he paved this one, made the asphalt track. So when I was growing up, that's how I started asphalt racing. If it really wasn't for that, I'd probably be dirt racing, really, because it's right here in our backyard. And then we always really wanted the racetrack back, and my dad did, so they bought it back 4 years ago now, and it's a lot of work. People don't realize what it goes into it, especially this dirt. But now that we got Jeff does most of the racetrack stuff, it's helped out a lot. Because me and my sister and my parents, all of us are all doing it all, so that's helped out a lot, having them and taking a lot of pressure off of us, so we can, focus on the racing and things like that. But the racing is it's a different mindset when you come over here versus going to the racetrack. You get a lot of respect for those guys that put on these races each and every week, because we know how tough it is to get these things ready and all the work it takes that goes into it. I mean, it's a good 2 days just to get the surface ready, if not more. I love rowing the grader because I feel like I'm making a difference. I don't know, it's fun. Like if I'm not having to sweep the pits and cut grass, and that shit ain't no fun. But when you can make a difference in like working and seeing, like doing the track different each and every week, it can be fun. It's challenging. I like a challenge, so each week you don't know what the weather's gonna bring you, so it's different a lot of times.
Tell Dillner he's gotta do a job.
He's slacking on his job, ain't he?
Yeah, go tell him he's gotta do something.
Yeah. Let's see how soft it is. It's pretty hard. Kind of ain't bonded together, so. A couple more days worth of work. We always try to keep the pits swept. He'll sweep this big stuff and then we'll blow it off. That way, like when the cars come through here with the motors and stuff, it's just not a dust ball. And we don't want to keep it wet and make a muddy mess, so we try to do different things. He's still haying it from earlier.
I got tangled up. I've still got all this stuff in my pocket from the hay.
You can tell your brother
See, I'm the dorky Dillner. He's like all serious. I'm the clown. To me, it'd be cool driving that water truck or Packer truck. Those are like the three coolest things to do with the Packer cars.
Good times.
Yeah.
Late at night and stuff.
Well, you got the Grand Marquis. I like the fact that you got one over there that's like all modified. That thing is cool.
Yeah,
looking.
we got to put some more wheels and tires on these other ones, but we just got those.
You get the big wheels on the back.
We've been through quite a few, so we've wrecked quite a few.
Oh, really? You're wrecking Packer cars?
We might have wrecked
one
or
you got
two.
some no talent
Yeah,
people here?
a lot of them.
I've spun a factory car, but I've never wrecked one.
Yeah,
I've never
oh, yeah.
put one in the wall.
We backed them in the fence and everything. Wide up, head on. You wet that thing and you
That's slimy as
yeah.
hell. I just like that a guy that I've known my whole life is like Mr. Pavement. You know,
And then we're over
it's
here
like
working at a dirt
plays in
track.
the dirt. I think that's cool because, you know, Flo, like we've got pavement dirt, you know, like freaking
What's the funny
race
thing
on,
is,
anywhere.
we're trying to change the subject a little bit, but
Yeah, whatever.
what about, it seems like asphalt people are willing to go dirt racing, but you don't have a lot, like if you're dirt racing, man, they're totally against asphalt racing. You see that?
Okay, so I don't know about you, like growing up, you'd see the stickers, dirts for farming, asphalt's
That's
for
right,
racing.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, asphalt's for racing, dirt's for getting there, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, man. If it's a tricycle, I'll watch
I don't care.
it. I don't care
I
what
mean,
track surface
I
it
just
is.
like racing, whatever it is.
You're right. Because like asphalt people are like me, I'm ate up with dirt.
Yeah.
You know?
What the cool thing is, now that we got this racetrack, with Flo being partners of ours, and then a lot of the asphalt races on Flo now, there's a lot of dirt people tuned into the asphalt races, whether they want to admit it or not.
Yeah, they won't admit it.
Yeah.
But the dirt crowd is huge.
It is.
You know, it's so funny how like if you looked at like 20 years ago, you'd be like, oh, dirt's,
Yeah.
you know, dirt's maybe kind of small time to the pavements. No, man. I don't care what series in dirt right now, the big series are the ticket.
Yeah.
And it's like asphalt now is catching up almost.
Yeah.
But, you know, we know because we've been in asphalt racing how badass it is, though.
Mhm.
You know, it's just ebbs and flows of the history of the sport, you know?
There's some good asphalt racing out there, just like there is dirt racing. I love the dirt racing, but I like a good asphalt race.
You like driving an asphalt car better or dirt?
No, I enjoy racing on the dirt
Yeah.
a lot better. It's just, to me, it's a little more, and I'm not saying I'm good at it by no means, because I'm terrible. I'm terrible at it. But it's, I don't know, the driver, it's not as technical, I feel like, as a car. It has gotten technical on the dirt side.
Yeah. But you don't feel it is?
I feel like a driver experience can overcome a halfway decent race car. Where on the asphalt, I feel like you got to be dialed in. You got to be dialed in.
What kind of music normally listen to while you're
Country,
driving down the road?
90s, 80s. I like old school. So yeah, this is right here is where I grew up. And this is now where my sister lives. We cut hay in the hayfield here. So pretty much the racetrack's right here where we grew up. My aunt and uncle live here in the other house, just right beside us. You can see the back of my house here. And then we got our business right across the street. So we're just trash, we're trashy people. We like to talk trash and talk shit. But the old grain bin, that's where my granddaddy, they fertilizer and grain and everything back years ago and stuff. Growing up, you know, we were always right around this area with our aunts and uncles, grandparents, and then my kids can do it as well. So it's pretty important when you can just run across the road and get a little bottle of ketchup if you need it, really. So, but stuff like that, and family, we do everything as a family. It's only me, my sister, and my wife now, and on our side of the family, so we don't really have nobody, so just us, so we're really close. Richard will be down here at the shop, take y'all on a little tour of the shop. Richard's been with us ever since my dad was racing, so yeah, I started racing, so 25 years now, 30 years. And it was just me, him, my dad, and my sister and my mom, and then it was kind of one of those things. My cousins was going with me for a little bit, but then they decided to go to the NASCAR and help Schrader and Frank Kimmel and all those guys, and he moved on, and Andrea was kind of one of those things we needed help. She stepped up, she liked the racing. She always spotted and done my tires. That was kind of her thing and what she enjoys doing. So,
Richmond Raceway, Jones, Retzlaff, front row. Here we go in the Commonwealth.
Green.
and we had a great time. I mean, that's how we do everything we do, short track wise, work wise. We do it as a family. I mean, if you're part of the group, you're part of the family. So, I mean, for all of them to be there, that made it that much more special for me, because that's probably will be my only time I ever get to do anything like that at the next level. It is big for me, but I look at like the Oxford 250 for me is big. I mean, people are like, oh, you're NASCAR. I mean, I enjoyed the NASCAR thing, but I really love short track racing. Like, the Oxford 250 was big. Hopefully, you know, we can win the Derby, but we may not win it. But like All-American 400, the Rattler, I mean, all those races are big. It's special. They're crown jewels. So when we bought this place several years ago, it already had a shop on it. So that's the reason the race car shop is down here. It worked out good. I would much rather it be closer to the house. But then again, it's also good to be away from everybody. There's no cell phone service. So people are like, why don't you answer the phone? Well, hell, the phone don't work. And my dad down here just, it's almost 2 years now. We was in California racing in Irwindale. He got run over by a cow and messed him up pretty good, and they had to life flight him out of here. And luckily, some of the guys were at the shop that found him and were able to call. But yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for that, I mean, who knows? So kind of got lucky on that deal. We're not redneck, we're just country. When times got tough, when the economy kind of crashed, we come down here to buy a piece of equipment, and they were auctioning this whole place off. And next thing you know, Dave was like, man, I think I can get this land pretty cheap, this whole thing. He's like, hell, we'll try it. And sure enough, we walked away with it. We come down here to buy a piece of equipment and walked away with 100 acres. So nothing exciting around here. We just get it done. What are you doing, Wayne? Damn, I ain't got nothing to strap it to, do I? Need to get that.
This shop is pretty cool, man. Like, it's got character.
Yeah, it's we got some stuff we need to put up still.
Oh wait, so you have more trophies?
There's a few more. And then I have a lot at home.
Yeah.
Like the ones that, which some of these I need to move home too. Some of the bigger ones, the crown jewels.
I mean, you come in here, you're just working on race cars, man. You're not sitting here reflecting over trophies. But which one, at the end of the night when you're walking out or something, which one's like stands out to you that you're like, oh yeah, that's cool?
There's a lot of them that's pretty special. The just for instance, the Canada ones, like those are the only two races that were there, and we won both of them.
Jacasa, yeah.
Jacasa, and they were big money races, 75. I think that's the biggest money races. And then you look up there, and then there's like the Money in the Bank. I love Berlin. Like that's a place that's cool. And then California's up there. The Showdown.
Yep.
So that's pretty neat. And then also Slinger Nationals, things like that.
Like even though I grew up Yankee modified racing, like Five Flags is the coolest thing ever for me. Yeah. So like late model wise, so like seeing those Blizzard Series ones.
Yeah, I always, you know, that's a place that really my home track. So they're always special to me, because that's a historic place. Like it's hard to win at. They only have 5 Blizzard races there a year, and it's a tough place. It's kind of where I kind of started and what taught me how to race, I feel like. And I always said, if you can go race Pensacola and win and be competitive, you can run anywhere in the country. Yep. It's one of those type places that kind of teaches you a little bit of everything.
And you pretty much won, you know, every big race there is in the damn planet, it seems, you know, late model wise, you know, except for maybe one or two, right?
Except for one, yeah, 1 or 2. Yep, I think the Derby and the Winchester 400. Yep. And
but I know that I know there's only one out of those 2 that you're still salivating about, right?
Yeah, really.
He takes a peek to the inside. Will he use the bumper in turn 3? He can't get there. Nasty continues to lead, but Pollard's right on him. Loosens him up at the exit of turn number 4. Here's the shot for Bubba Pollard. He's got the bottom. Nasty chops him off. Around goes Stephen Nasty. Around goes Bubba Pollard. They're both up and into the fence. Nasty and Pollard clash again with 7 laps to go in the Snowball here at Five Flags Speedway.
I mean, last year was probably the year I feel like we had everything just right. Like everything has to go right to win that race, and I feel like that was it for us. We were strong all day,
Yep.
and where we needed to be at the end, and it didn't happen. So
Yep.
part of it.
It seemed like just watching it was like, oh man, I think the stars are going to align this time, you know.
And the thing about it is, like, I wasn't even mad. Like, I was so disappointed. Like, I couldn't even be mad, you know.
Oh, you were heartbroken.
I was heartbroken.
So heartbroken you
Yeah.
could be mad. When the disappointment, well, it never is going to end, but
Yeah.
there's got to be a point where you're just like, you get pissed at the situation.
Well,
Maybe
what I
not the
got
person.
pissed at the most is, if you think about it, is his mentality is, if I'm not going to win it, Bubba's not going to win it. That's his mentality. And that's fine if he wants to be that way. It is what it is. And that's fine. I just hate it's like that, you know? Because I know that's what it is.
What'd you see from your seat?
We wrecked. What else you don't know? It's the same shit, different day.
Bubba Pollard's a good race car driver. He's done a lot in his career, and I will not take that away from him. But he is the biggest crybaby in this pit area. And I'd say that to his face, I'd say that anywhere.
And when I cleared him, he done.
Well, we talked to Nasty about the rivalry. Obviously, we got to talk to you about it. It's no secret, you know?
Yeah.
It's been, when you got two race car drivers, they may have different styles, they may have different approaches that are that good. You're both going to be up front, and that's going to, I don't care what, it's going to provide moments. And it seems like you guys are glue.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like I said earlier, he's got the mentality of, if I ain't gonna win, he ain't gonna win. And I look at it a little different. If I get beat, it's not my day. I mean, does it kill me if he won it? Hell yeah. Like, I don't want to see anybody. Like, I want to win it, but I'm not gonna ruin somebody else's day. And that's what pissed me off, and that's what got me mad about the whole deal. Because sometimes you just gotta man up and say, hey, I'm beat today. Go on, take it and go on, you know. But it's
So do you think that deal last year was, I mean, not obviously he didn't want to wreck himself, but like, do you feel that there was an intent, you know,
no, he knew what
fault,
he was doing.
whatever?
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He knew he crowded me.
Yeah.
I mean, and held me down.
But there's people that'll say he did what he had to do, and you did what he had to do.
Yeah,
Like at
that's
this
right.
point now that we're almost a year later, what's your thought?
It's 5 laps to go.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you're gonna crowd. You're gonna do what you need to do, you feel like, to win the race. So
Yep.
I guess he runs up front, I run up front. We've both been doing it a long time. We're never gonna get away from each other. Felt like I had it. I feel like we did everything right and where we needed to be, and it didn't happen.
What was worse, walking away from the car or driving out of there?
Probably the worst thing is sitting on the cooler or the tires there with my kids. Because they're young, and my wife is there, and they're disappointed. My wife's disappointed. Everybody's disappointed. I had friends crying, you know, and to see that, and you know, it was a heartbreaker.
People look at you as like a super late model goat because of what you've done. So you look at Earnhardt, you know, 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration,
Yeah.
you know, but he got it,
Yeah.
you know.
I feel like I got a lot of years left in me. I feel like I'm still young enough to where I can compete for another 10, 15 years, easy. Even starting back to the Derby, there's times I went down there and didn't make it.
Yeah.
And we struggled for years, and there's years that we've had okay cars and probably had some good finishes and put ourselves in a position to win, didn't have the best car. But like this year, we started kind of the year off strong with Cordele, Speedfest, and then New Smyrna.
Yep.
And then we go right to Pensacola, and we didn't have a good race, and we kind of started the Blizzard Series off struggling, and we had a wreck there. But we come back home, and we changed up our program a lot from where we were at the beginning of the year, and I think it's helped. This is one we raced at the Derby last year.
Okay.
Here, and put it back together.
That's the one you started out the season with, and
we started out the season with
3 and 4.
Yep, we wrecked it in 3 and 4 over there. We put a different front clip on it, and it's 2 for 2 now. So kind of just really saving it. So, and I think that's one thing that's hurt me in the past several years leading up to. I always built a new car because you want you want the nicest piece you got, you want the freshest piece you got, new motor, you want it to look good, like the whole deal. Last year, I took the approach of I'm going with what I've raced all year, and we put a new body on it, but we race what we run all year, and I think it helped me a lot. And that's the mentality we're going with this year. We're not taking a new piece. We're going with a race car that's proven. It's the same car we ran last year. We'll put a new motor in it. I think it's good to have a new engine, and that's kind of a mentality we're going to take. We're going to go with what we feel like is the best. Just everything's in place to have another shot at it.
Second, driver of the Anderson Maple Syrup Ford from Senoia, Georgia, 2017 and 3-time Blizzard Series champion, and now 2-time Snowflake 100 champion, the number 26, Bubba Pollard.
It really isn't another. I mean, there's nothing out there like it. I mean, I've traveled up and down the country, around the country, and raced all types of races, and there's only one Snowball Derby. And there's only, comes around once a year, and man, the feeling you get locking in on Friday night is nerve-wracking as hell. I mean, the energy is so real on Sunday when it starts. It's amazing, and you don't feel that. The energy, the hype, you don't feel that in any other race. I mean, there's some that come close, but it's nothing like it. And I think I'm my own worst enemy when I go there. I put my pressure on myself, and then when you walk in the place, the first question is this your year? Or people tell you this is your year, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to hear that kind of stuff. I just want to go do what I'm supposed to do, and it's hard to.
So have you taken both approaches? Like, because I know there's times like drivers will think like, this is my year, or some people just block it out.
I don't know. I've never went into it, this is my year.
Okay.
And maybe that's my problem. I don't know. Maybe I've gone into it putting so much focus and emphasis on the car and that week, and then I've gone into it don't give a shit. And I don't know. It's just.
That's probably not real though.
Yeah.
The careless, nonchalant, because that's we all know that's BS.
Yeah, it is.
It's like psyching yourself, right?
That's right. But I don't know. Maybe I need to go into it more confident and try it. I feel like, I don't know what the right approach is and the right. I swear, if somehow I could zone out and just think of it as another race, I'd be fine. But I don't know if I can do it. Do a little modifications.
I daydream.
Yeah.
I've always dreamt about winning a race at Bowman Gray.
Yeah,
because that's my place, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I can feel the stupid stitch checker flag in my hand, and what I would do if I climbed out and this and that. Like, do you ever daydream? Do you ever daydream?
Do you think about what it's like to win the Derby?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you think about when you're gonna get out and you're gonna stand up on the car. What you gonna do? You gonna burn it to the ground, or like, what are we doing here? I mean, I always said if I win the Derby, I'm gonna probably cut back asphalt racing and go dirt racing, stuff like that. And then, like, I would always keep that race car. Yeah, my dad's like, we're not getting rid of it. It's gonna sit exactly how.
It's a museum piece.
Museum piece.
Yeah,
that's exactly how we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave that one. I got my first car I've ever raced in, still out back, and
really?
Those two cars, and that's it. Yeah.
Now, would it be? I know you don't party that much anymore, but I'm gotta assume it would be.
It'd probably be a hell of a
dust
party.
Off the chassis.
Oh yeah, we'd probably be in Pensacola for a couple of days. We probably wouldn't leave there for a couple of days. And you know what's funny about it? You hear people talk about. I think I don't know, it doesn't bother people. I don't think that I haven't won it, but I think there's a lot of people that want me to win it.
Oh yeah.
And that you hear, I mean, I have a lot of people that come up to me and hey, that I feel like want me to win it as bad as I want to win it. And that's pretty cool. That's special. You know, it says a lot and means a lot to me. So.
You know, would your career be complete, you think, someday? I know that's one of those tough questions.
It would make me feel a whole hell of a lot better about the situation, about just everything. Yeah. I mean, it would make me feel like, yes, completed. Like now the weight's been lifted off my shoulders. And I look at like Davenport and him winning the Eldora and like the World 100 so many times in the dream. Yeah, that's unheard of. I'm sitting here trying to get the biggest race of the year one time, and then he's won it 5 or 6 times. That's crazy. You know, just to think about that. Who knows? I might win it 5 years in a row from here on out. But it's pretty impressive to do what he's done and win that race and that many times. And that's how I feel about the Derby. You know.